On today's Motorhaus, we change the nasty, disgusting old rubber bushes with these wonderful, easy to fit, long-lasting polyurethane bushes. Do you want to know how to do it?
I do.
Stay tuned to find out. Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Motorhaus, and here we are, very first job for 2022. We're in the garage with Laura, my V8 Land Rover 110 high capacity pickup, doing a job that I've been putting off for some time. So what's the job I've been putting off? It's changing all of the suspension bushes. Now, although Laura is a low mileage Land Rover, not even ticked over 50,000 miles yet, she is now 33 years old, and that means that all the original suspension bushes, joints, etc. are now very heavily worn. It's a job I've been putting off for ages, but with the upcoming trip to Wales coming up, now is the time to do it. Originally, the factory fitted something called Metalastik bushes, and what that is it's a compound of a metal sleeve with a bonded vulcanized rubber. The idea of that, of course, is that it insulates all the vibration and road train noises from the body of the vehicle. So what are we going to fit? Well, what we are going to fit instead are polybushes, which look something like this. Polyurethane bushes are made from polyurethane, and they're an awful lot easier to fit. In theory as well, and from my experience, they do tend to last an awful lot longer. So with it being a Land Rover, the aftermarket is wide open for a plethora of choices of polyurethane bushes. Some of them priced really cheap, suspiciously cheap. Some of them priced very, very expensive indeed. Now, undoubtedly, there's some people at the minute seeing the blue Britpart box and are probably screaming at the screen in terror saying, don't fit those, everything Britpart is terrible. I actually bought these with my own money because I want to give these a try and have a see. One of the reasons I went for these is they're very reasonably priced.
This is a very reasonable price.
But also, Britpart do claim that they come with a 24-month guarantee. So as we open up the box, a couple of nice bits of documentation. You've got a guide that shows you all the contents that come within it, and also help you identify what bushes go where. There's some fitting instructions. All the bushes are very nicely packaged thus, with markings on there. So these are the upper mounting bush set, and then you've got the really big chunky sets like this. These are the key ones. These are the ones that I really need to replace. These are the radius arm bushes here. Misgivings, you might not be in love with the bright yellow colour of these. Ratchet behind the camera is in shock and dismay.
How could you not love that? Yellow is the best.
You love the yellow, don't you?
Oh, it makes me so happy.
Ratchet's all about the yellow.
Makes me so happy.
I don't have a problem with this. Maybe if you were doing some kind of heritage restoration, this might be a bit shouty for you. But anyway, look, this is going to be a really good opportunity for you at home to see if these are any good, because we're going to have a see, firstly, if they fit. Secondly, a few weeks' time, we're doing an off-road trip to Wales where the vehicle's going to get a proper workout, both a couple of 100 miles on road, as well as some fairly demanding off-road stuff. Will they be any good? Will it make the ride quality terrible? Will it reduce suspension travel and flex? I don't know, but there's only one way to find out, and that's get on and get them fitted. Okay then, with that, let's make a start on the front end. You ready, girl?
Sure, let's go for it.
Let's pick up the spanners and get on with it. So the first thing you need to do is get your radius arm and clamp it securely in a vise. Drill through a section of the rubber bush just here, wherever's more convenient. And then what you do is you pass a hacksaw blade through the center just there. And the idea is to cut through from that center there just to the outer bush. Now what happens when you split that is that you allow it to compress just a little bit. And once you do that, you can use a socket of about the right size and the jaws of a vise to push the old bush out. So plan B, these are an absolute sod to get out on. I had actually forgotten what a sod they are.
Well, I managed to get the inner metal races out.
The ratchet is now suggesting...
Let's set it on fire. Almost. Ta-da!
Bravo!
One.
Super. Go for it.
Oh. Ta-da!
Hey!
So yeah, what that did was allow this to squish,
yep,
and then pop out.
How would you rate the two methods? So, drilling the bush through and a hacksaw, out of 5.
I would rate that poorly at like a half.
A half?
Yeah, it was a lot of hard work.
Damning.
And didn't look cool.
What about using flames, fire, and medieval grade violence out of 5?
See, now out of 5, I would rate that a good 12.5.
A good 12.5?
Yeah, maybe even higher, maybe like 12.73.
I mean, I think with a 12.73 out of 5,
yeah,
it's pretty clear that we vote fire
as the winner.
Next stage is if your radius arms are anything like mine, there'll be all bits of corrosion in there on the edges and so on. Now, the problem with that is that it could snag the polybushes when you come to fit them. A really great idea is having a flap wheel and a drill or a grinder. We don't have that. So we're using some emery cloth instead. So once you're happy that these are all nice and clean, you know, they don't have to be mirror finished, you're ready to fit the polyurethane bushes. Now, normally we do a time lapse of this kind of thing because it always takes a while. But seriously, check this out. So what you get in the kit is with polyurethane bushes, the bush comes as 2 halves. And then what you have that goes in between them is a sleeve. So here's the great thing. I can take one of these and by hand push it in place. So that's 1 half. You then get the sleeve and don't push that in all the way. The reason for that is to avoid cavitation. You can get an airlock if you try and put them both together at the same time and it won't work. So then you get the other half and push that in place. Use your vise. Open the vise up. Use the vise to compress the sleeve in until it bottoms. How easy is that? Just as simple as that. It takes seconds to fit polyurethane bushes, but it will take you ages to get the old Metalastik bushes out, but fantastic. So that's one down. We've got 4 to go. So we're going to get those fitted, and then the next time you see us, we'll be fitting these back on the car. Great success is that we've got the front done. So now we're going to pull the Land Rover out of the garage, spin her around and make a start on the rear end. Via the wonders of television, it is in fact not the next day, it is in fact the next weekend. We do have a double secret weapon, not just the ratchet today, we also have, it's the Greg. Hello. Say hello, Greg.
How we doing?
Have you brought a great big turbo?
No, but I've been at a great big bar.
Oh, he's got a great big bar. Oh, look at him with his great big bar.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you what, this has gone Fred Dibner to the max today, this has, hasn't it?
Great.
Did you like that? Did you like that?
Do you like that?
So here's all the bits that we've got ready and lined up to go back in. So in case we need it, here's some brand new fresh anti-roll bar mounts. Britpart Polyurethane bush kit did not include replacement bushes for the rear anti-roll bar, so I managed to pick these up. Don't know what brand these are. These were supplied by Rimmer Brothers, where I've got all the parts for today from. These were supplied as aftermarket polyurethane bushes. So we have some polyurethane bushes available, but remember, if you are ordering the Britpart kit, those are not included. Brand new anti-roll bar drop links. Gone for some OEM spec Delphis. Additionally, which I've got the Greg set to at the minute, we've got new bump stops to fit because the old ones were in a really bad way. In fact, one of them was missing altogether. So we've got all of those bits.
Well, there's only one thing left to do then, isn't there really? And that's get them fitted. I'm super grateful to have Greg lending us a hand in the workshop today. Only wish he'd brought a great big turbo with him. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, let's crack on. Hope you enjoy this time lapse.
Wow, look at that.
Ooh, so orange.
Look at that.
Shiny new drop links.
Shiny new drop links. Did you like that?
All done up RT.
All done at RT. As per factory tolerances.
In the factory, that's...
If y'all look in the book, I'm doing a close-up, Babs. I'm doing a close-up for Top Brummie. It comes out.
Great.
Here she is, Brummie lass.
Brilliant. Listen, mate, don't you worry about that. Just you do it up to what you think he should be done up to. That'll be all right.
It's done up RT. She's under a landy. Brummie lass under a Brummie vehicle.
Be all right, that is.
That'll
nice.
be all right, that will.
My mother would be ashamed of me.
Right, I can't believe y'all getting the accents all wrong, right?
She's gonna hear this and watch this and kill you.
Right, so an executive decision has been made. I hope I'm not letting you down at home with this.
And if you are, bugger off.
So we started this at around about midday. Yeah, we could have got here really, really early and everything. It's taken us best part of 5 hours to change the anti-roll bar bushes, the drop links, and the rear radius arms. This is my daily driver. We could attempt doing all the A-frame bushes and the ball joint. They appear visually to be okay. We all agree that they look like they're fine. It's not something that's causing a problem. In comparison, all the radius arm bushes were
knackered.
Absolutely toast. They were absolutely knackered. We're going to take the executive decision today to leave it at that. I think that has given us enough of an insight into whether we think that Britpart Polybush kit is any good. I mean, I'd say...
installing it, the actual Polybushes have been really easy.
Really easy, they're nicely made, aren't they?
Like, how they stand up over the test of time,
Yeah.
we'll see.
That's something that hopefully this trip out to Wales is going to let us know, because we're going to be doing a lot of road mileage on them. And then also they're going to get a damn good workout whilst we're up in the Brecon Beacons. Damn good thrashing. They're going to get a damn good thrashing up in the Brecon Beacons, so we'll see if they hinder it off-road in any way, or if there's absolutely no difference, which has been my experience with polyurethane bushes off-road. For today, we're going to leave that with all of the suspension. I hope that's been enough to give you an insight at the moment as to whether the Britpart bushes are any good. So then, out on the road, can you tell a difference? Well, you're not behind the wheel, but from where I'm sat, yeah, massive difference. Beforehand, I'd put some steering input in and you'd wait about 3 years for something to happen, and then the back would catch up and then the front would change. But I mean, you know, that's with worn old bushes, so even changing worn old bushes for new bushes is going to make an improvement, isn't it?
This is true, yeah.
So it's really difficult to do a proper back-to-back comparison, because the only way you could do that was with absolutely brand new OEM bushes versus the Polybushes we fitted, the polyurethane bushes. Instead, what I'm going to try and get across to you is how these feel from the driving seat and from the passenger seat. Now, there's a particularly vicious old level crossing coming up.
Now I know why we went this way.
Now you know. Which makes me wince every time I go over it in nearly everything.
It's a butt clenching moment.
It is.
Especially in like our sports cars where I'm like, oh!
So, are you ready? Here we go.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it's a Land Rover, so it's not like going over it in a Rolls Royce, is it? But
no, it was not like being on a cloud. But
I wouldn't say it was a case of there's no suspension left, would you?
No, and it didn't like go or make some kind of annoying squeaky noises. So then, boy, what do you think?
What do I think? I think I am mildly impressed thus far. I'm impressed with how easy they were to fit.
Yeah, they were crazy easy to fit.
Yeah, like crazy easy. I'm impressed with how straightforward the instructions were and how nicely labelled and packaged everything was.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. Downside, no anti-roll bar bushes.
But as you did point out, not every Defender of this year has an anti-roll bar. Was it an option or something?
This was spec'd with it as an option. The kit did say up to 93. So I don't know if that's the changeover year when, you know, anti-roll bars became standard. I'm sure someone will let us know in the comments. Talking of which, if you haven't liked, shared and subscribed, please do that now. It helps us out massively. Do the thing. Do it right now.
Please. Okay,
Please. Thanks, bye. Other than that, yeah, super worthwhile. Super worthwhile. I can definitely tell a difference behind the wheel. But the key thing, of course, is no one buys a Defender as a road car. If you do, you're an idiot. So really, we need to find out what happens when we go off-road. And we can only let you know that in another episode coming up soon of
Motorhaus.